All right, gather round, folks. Pull up a comfy cushion by the crackling fire, because tonight we're diving deep, real deep, into the cozy, captivating world of Fireside Manga reading. And I'm not just talking about flipping pages. I'm talking about a full-on, immersive storytelling recap session that's gonna feel like we're living inside those panels, feeling every emotion, every clash, every quiet moment of reflection right here in this warm glow. Imagine the embers popping, casting dancing shadows on the walls, and the gentle rustle of manga pages turning as we journey through some truly epic narratives. It's not just reading, it's an experience, a communal sharing of stories that stick with you long after the last page is turned. We've all been there, right? That feeling of getting so lost in a story that the real world just fades away, replaced by vibrant ink, dynamic lines, and characters that feel more real than some folks you meet on the street. And doing it by the fire, oh, that's just next level. The warmth, the comforting crackle, the soft, amber light, it all just enhances the whole vibe, making those dramatic reveals hit harder, those tender moments feel even more intimate. It's like the fire itself is breathing life into the pages, whispering secrets of the plot as it burns down. So where do we even begin with such a grand endeavor? There are so many tailies, so many worlds to explore. Perhaps we start with something classic, something that feels like coming home. Imagine settling in with a well-loved volume of, say, Fullmetal Alchemist. Remember that opening, the tragic alchemy gone wrong, the brothers Edward and Alphonse Elric, forever bound by their desperate attempt to bring their mother back. The sheer weight of their sacrifice, Ed losing an arm and a leg, Al losing his entire body, his soul tethered to a suit of armor, it's a gut punch right from the start, a powerful hook that sets the tone for a journey filled with moral ambiguity, scientific exploration, and a constant search for truth. And by the fire, with the shadows playing tricks, you can almost see the glint off Al's armor, the determination in Ed's eyes as he clenches his automail fist. The fire light reflecting on the glossy pages, illuminating the intricate details of Arakawa's art, the way she captures movement, emotion, and the sheer scale of their world. We talk about the philosophical underpinnings of equivalent exchange, how it's not just a rule of alchemy, but a metaphor for life itself, for the give and take, the sacrifices we make, the consequences we face. We debate the true nature of humanity, the ethics of creating life, the horrors of war embodied by figures like Scar and the homunculi. Every time they reveal another layer of the conspiracy, another piece of the truth behind the philosopher's stone, you'd feel the tension build, the fire crackling a bit louder, almost in anticipation. And the characters, Roy Mustang with his flamboyant yet calculating demeanor, his ambition tempered by a deep sense of justice. Riza Hawkeye the stoic sharpshooter, her unwavering loyalty a beacon in the darkness. The entire cast feels so alive, so flawed, so relatable, even in a world of alchemical wonders and monstrous villains. The story's packing is masterful, a perfect blend of intense action sequences, heartfelt character development, and intricate world building. We'd relive those moments of pure exhilaration, like when Ed finally masters a new alchemical technique, or when Al discovers a hidden truth about his own existence. And the quiet moments too, those poignant conversations between the brothers, their unbreakable bond shining through even the darkest trials. The sheer emotional impact of the sacrifices they make, the lessons they learn, and the ultimately hopeful, though hard-won, ending, Fullmetal Alchemist by the fire. It's a guaranteed emotional roller coaster, a story that demands reflection and discussion, and the warmth of the fire just makes those shared gasps and thoughtful silences all the more profound. Maybe you're in the mood for something a bit more fantastical, a journey into a world teeming with magic, ancient prophecies, and a plucky young hero destined for greatness. Then perhaps we'd pick up Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. This one is a more recent gem, a contemplative masterpiece that truly blossoms in the quiet intimacy of a fireside reading. Imagine the soft glow illuminating the delicate artwork, the serene expressions of Frieren, the elf mage, as she reflects on centuries of life. The premise itself is wonderfully unique. The hero's party has already defeated the Demon King, and now Frieren, an elf who experiences time vastly differently from humans, is left to ponder the meaning of her relationships with her now aging and deceased companions. It's a story about the passage of time, about memory, about coming to understand the fleeting beauty of human life through the eyes of an almost immortal being. Each chapter feels like a gentle breeze, a quiet moment of introspection, yet it's packed with profound emotional weight. We talk about how Frieren, initially rather detached and focused only on her magic, slowly begins to grasp the significance of the small, seemingly insignificant moments she shared with Himmel, Eisen, and Hyder. The way she collects spells, not for power, but for the memories they evoke, for the echo of her friends. And her new companions, Fern and Stark, they bring a beautiful contrast, their youthful perspectives challenging Frieren's ancient wisdom, forcing her to engage with the world in new ways. The humor is subtle, often born from Frieren's endearing cluelessness about human customs or Fern's exasperated sighs. By the fire, you'd feel the quiet majesty of their journey, the weight of centuries of history in Frieren's eyes, and the bittersweet joy of discovering the importance of connection. The embers would glow as we discussed the different kinds of magic, the subtle battles, but more importantly, the quiet growth of Frieren's heart. It's a story that asks you to slow down, to appreciate the little things, to reflect on your own journey, and the warmth of the fire just amplifies that contemplative atmosphere, making each page turn a moment of quiet revelation. It's a beautiful, gentle narrative that truly shines when shared in a setting of calm and reflection. Okay, so we've delved into epic alchemy and poignant fantasy. What if we shifted gears completely? What if we craved something with a bit more raw energy, a dash of the supernatural, and protagonists who redefine what it means to be monstrous? Then it's time to unleash Chainsaw Man. Oh, by the fire, this one would be a riot, a chaotic, exhilarating ride that would have us leaning forward, eyes wide, as Denji and Power wreak havoc. Tatsuki Fujimoto's art is just bursting with dynamism, the lines practically vibrating off the page, and the firelight would highlight every single chaotic detail. The sheer audacity of the premise: Denji, a dirt-poor young man, merges with his chainsaw devil dog, Pachita, to become Chainsaw Man, a devil hunter who can transform his limbs into chainsaws. It's grotesque, it's hilarious, it's surprisingly heartfelt, and it's absolutely unforgettable. We'd be talking about the sheer, unadulterated chaos of it all, the brutal yet cartoonish violence, the bizarre devil designs that somehow manage to be both terrifying and darkly humorous. And the characters: Denji, driven by simple, relatable desires like eating good food and touching a girl. Power, the blood devil, a complete agent of chaos, selfish, crude, yet undeniably charismatic, and in her own twisted way, loyal. Kihei, the stoic and tragic foil, burdened by revenge and responsibility. And Makima, oh Makima, the enigmatic, manipulative, utterly captivating leader who pulls all the strings. Her presence alone sends shivers down your spine, and by the fire, with the shadows dancing, she'd feel even more unsettling. The story is a whirlwind of insane fights, unexpected plot twists, and moments of genuine emotional impact that sneak up on you amidst all the gore and absurdity. We talk about the nature of devils, how they're born from human fears, and how that concept is explored with such creativity. The themes of loneliness, found family, and the search for identity are woven throughout the madness. We'd cheer for Denji as he rips through devils, cringe at Power's antics, and gasp at the shocking betrayals and sacrifices. The fire would roar during the intense action sequences, almost reflecting the Chainsaw Man's own roaring chainsaw blades. This isn't a story for quiet contemplation, it's a story for energetic discussion, for debating who's the coolest devil, who's the most tragic character, and what the heck just happened in that last chapter. Reading Chainsaw Man by the fire is like igniting a controlled explosion, a wild, unforgettable ride that leaves you breathless and craving more. Now, after all that devil hunting mayhem, perhaps we need to wind down a bit, settle into something that still has action and stakes, but with a more grounded, intensely strategic focus. Something that makes you think, that keeps you on the edge of your seat not just for the fights, but for the brilliant minds clashing. Enter Kingdom. This historical epic, set during China's Warring States period, is a beast of a manga, thousands of chapters long and perfect for a fireside deep dive. Imagine the sheer weight of these volumes, the dense, detailed art, and the firelight casting a glow on the intricate battle formations and the fierce expressions of the warriors. It follows Shin, a war orphan with an unwavering dream to become the greatest general under the heavens, and I say the young king of Qin who dreams of unifying all of China. It's a story of ambition, loyalty, sacrifice, and the brutal realities of war. We'd spend hours discussing the different strategies, the brilliant tactics employed by legendary generals like Aoki, Renpa, and Riboku. Each battle isn't just a clash of swords, it's a chess match on a grand scale, with thousands of lives hanging in the balance. You can almost feel the dust and hear the roar of the armies as the fire crackles. The character development is immense. Shin starts as a hot-headed kid and slowly, painstakingly, grows into a formidable leader, learning from every victory and every devastating loss. Aisei's journey to unify China, fraught with political intrigue, assassination attempts, and constant warfare, is equally compelling. His vision, his unwavering belief in a world without war, is a powerful driving force. We talk about the sheer scale of the battles, the way Hara-sensei depicts the chaos and intensity, the sacrifices made by countless soldiers, the bonds forged in the crucible of war. The fire would warm us as we debate who our favorite general is, what strategy we'd employ in a given situation, and which moment made us punch the air in triumph or sigh in despair. The series is a masterclass in epic storytelling, balancing thrilling action with deep character drama and a fascinating look into a pivotal period of history. Reading Kingdom by the Fire isn't just reading. It's like being transported to the battlefields of ancient China, feeling the intensity of every charge, every defensive stand, and every strategic maneuver. It's a truly immersive experience that leaves you marveling at the sheer human will and the enduring power of dreams, even amidst untold destruction. But let's be honest, sometimes after all that historical warfare and demonic chaos, you just want to sink into something utterly charming, wonderfully wholesome, and undeniably heartwarming, something that reminds you of the simple joys in life. So we gently shift gears and pick up Yotsuba and Oh, by the Fire, this manga is pure delight. The warmth of the fire would perfectly complement the warmth radiating from every single page of this slice-of-life masterpiece. It follows the daily adventures of Yotsuba Kowai, a spirited, curious, and endlessly energetic 5-year-old girl, and her interactions with her adoptive father, Kowai, and their neighbors, the Ikes family. There's no grand plot, no epic battles, no world-saving quests. It's just Yotsuba experiencing the world for the first time, seeing wonder in everyday things like cicadas, ice cream, cardboard boxes, and rain. Her infectious enthusiasm is utterly captivating. We'd laugh out loud at her misunderstandings, her innocent observations, and her complete inability to be anything but herself. The art style is clean, expressive, and brimming with personality, perfectly capturing Yotsuba's boundless energy and the subtle expressions of the adults around her. The firelight would make the pages glow with that same gentle, comforting warmth. We'd talk about the importance of seeing the world through a child's eyes, of rediscovering the magic in the mundane. How Kowai, her father, is such a patient and loving parent, always encouraging her curiosity and allowing her to explore. And the Ice sisters, Asagi, Fuka, and Ina, each bringing their own unique dynamic to Yotsuba's life, whether it's teasing her, guiding her, or simply playing with her. It's a manga that celebrates the joy of being alive, the small wonders of daily existence, and the beauty of human connection. Every chapter is a self-contained little adventure, a burst of sunshine that leaves you feeling lighter and happier. Reading Yotsuba and By the Fire is like wrapping yourself in a warm blanket, a pure antidote to stress, a reminder that sometimes the most profound stories are found in the simplest moments. It's a comforting, joyful experience that truly shines in a cozy, intimate setting, leaving you with a genuine smile and a renewed appreciation for life's everyday magic. And speaking of magic, but of a vastly different, more intricate and politically charged kind, imagine this. The fire is low, embers glowing, and we pick up Mage and Demon Queen. This webtoon, often read digitally but just as delightful imagined in physical form by the fire, is a fantastic blend of fantasy, comedy, and a surprisingly sweet romance. It flips the classic hero defeats Demon King trope on its head by having the most powerful mage, Mallory, utterly obsessed with marrying the Demon Queen Velverosa. Velverosa, however, wants nothing to do with her. It's a delightful dance of relentless pursuit and exasperated rejection, with a lot of genuinely funny moments and some truly epic magical battles thrown in for good measure. We'd be chuckling as Mallory devises increasingly elaborate and often disastrous schemes to woo Velverosa, much to the Demon Queen's eternal annoyance. The art is vibrant, colorful, and expressive, perfectly capturing the comedic timing and the intense magical effects. The firelight would make those magical explosions and glowing runes pop right off the page or screen if you imagine a tablet glowing by the fire. We talk about the fantastic world building, the unique magic system, and the various demon and human characters who populate this vibrant world. There's a charming supporting cast, like the perpetually flustered adventurer Mallory's assistant, and the various members of the Demon Queen's court, who range from loyal to utterly baffled by Mallory's antics. The story, despite its comedic leanings, also delves into themes of prejudice, understanding, and slowly breaking down barriers. Velverosa, initially cold and dismissive, slowly begins to see Mallory's genuine kindness and strength beyond her irritating infatuation. It's a heartwarming slow burn, a testament to persistence and unconventional love. By the Fire, we discuss the evolving dynamic between Mallory and Velverosa, the clever ways the author subverts fantasy tropes, and the sheer joy of watching two powerful women navigate their very complicated relationship. It's a refreshing, fun read that's perfect for a fireside session, offering both laughs and genuine emotional investment, reminding us that even in the most fantastical settings, love can bloom in the most unexpected ways. The crackle of the fire would punctuate the humorous moments and underscore the tender ones, creating a truly engaging atmosphere for this quirky, delightful tale. Continuing this theme of unique, fantastical narratives, and perhaps leaning into something a bit more eerie and atmospheric, something that really takes advantage of the flickering shadows cast by the fire, we could delve into The Girl from the Other Side, Seawell, a Run. This manga is an absolute artistic marvel, and its quiet, melancholic beauty is amplified tenfold in the intimate setting of a fireside reading. The art style is stark, haunting, almost like a series of etched illustrations, and the firelight would dance across the pages, making the shadows deepen and the delicate lines stand out. The story is a gothic fairy tale about a young human girl named Shiva who lives with a monstrous, cursed entity known only as Teacher in a desolate, abandoned land. Teacher is one of the outsiders, cursed beings who spread a deadly blight through touch, transforming others into creatures like themselves. Shiva is seemingly immune, but the threat of the blight and the mysteries surrounding her existence and Teacher's true nature hang heavy in the air. It's a tale of innocence amidst desolation, of an unlikely bond between two beings from vastly different worlds, separated by a curse that defines their very existence. We'd be talking in hushed tones, almost whispering as we turn the pages, captivated by the ethereal beauty and the profound sadness of the narrative. The quiet moments, the unspoken understanding between Shiva and Teacher, their gentle interactions in a world that is otherwise hostile and decaying, are incredibly powerful. The sense of foreboding is constant, the unknown dangers lurking just beyond the edge of the forest, the ominous figures of other outsiders appearing like spectral warnings. The fire would cast long, dancing shadows that would enhance the eerie, dreamlike quality of the art, making you feel as if you're peering into a forgotten legend. We'd discuss the symbolism, the themes of isolation, companionship, and the search for meaning in a seemingly hopeless situation. The mystery of the curse, the origin of the outsiders, and Shiva's unique immunity unravel slowly, like a delicate puzzle, each piece adding to the emotional weight of the story. Reading The Girl from the Other Side by the Fire is a deeply immersive, almost spiritual experience, a quiet contemplation of beauty and sorrow, a hauntingly beautiful story that lingers in your mind long after the flames have died down. It's a perfect choice for those nights when you crave a narrative that is both visually stunning and emotionally profound, a tale that whispers its secrets rather than shouts them. The silence punctuated only by the crackle of the wood and the turning of pages, making the atmosphere truly magical. And then, if we're looking to really challenge our perceptions, to dive into something mind-bending and thought-provoking, we absolutely have to bring out Dorohedoro. This manga is a fevered dream of grotesque beauty, surreal humor, and a uniquely brutal charm, and the fireside setting would be perfect for its dark, gritty aesthetic. Imagine the firelight illuminating the dense, detailed panels, highlighting the bizarre character designs and the sprawling, decrepit cityscape of the whole. The story follows Cayman, a man with a lizard head and amnesia, who is on a quest to find the sorcerer who cursed him, by brutally biting the heads of any sorcerer he encounters, hoping to find the one whose throat contains the man responsible for his transformation. Alongside him is his fierce and unflinchingly loyal friend, Nikaido, a powerful martial artist and gyoza chef. It's a chaotic, visceral, and surprisingly endearing tale of revenge, identity, and found family in a world where magic users, sorcerers, brutally experiment on the non-magic users, hole dwellers. The sheer creativity of Q Hayashida's art style is breathtaking. It's gritty, detailed, and utterly unique, filled with monstrous designs, elaborate magic, and a distinctive sense of urban decay. We'd be discussing the utterly bonkers world building, the bizarre magic system involving smoke and doors, and the hilarious, often disturbing, personalities of the various sorcerers and hole dwellers. The humor is dark, deadpan, and incredibly effective, often juxtaposed with moments of extreme violence or genuine pathos. The fire would cast flickering shadows that would make the monstrous designs seem even more alive, more threatening. We talk about the central mystery of Cayman's identity, the complex web of interconnected characters, and the brutal yet oddly charming dynamics between the different factions. Despite the gore and the grim setting, there's a surprising amount of heart in Dorohedoro, particularly in the unwavering bond between Cayman and Nikaido, and the reluctant camaraderie that develops among the sorcerers as well. It's a manga that revels in its strangeness, refusing to conform to any easy categories, and by the fire, you'd feel completely immersed in its bizarre, captivating world. It's a story that challenges you, makes you laugh at the absurdity of it all, and ultimately leaves you with a deep appreciation for its sheer imaginative power. This isn't just reading, it's an adventure into the wonderfully weird, a testament to the idea that beauty can be found even in the most unconventional and grotesque of settings. The fire's warmth and light would make the detailed art even more engaging, pulling us deeper into the whole's unforgettable chaos. And then, as the flames might start to die down a bit, settling into a comfortable, steady glow, we could shift to something truly grand, a monumental narrative that demands respect and a long-term commitment, something that you just know will be remembered for generations. Let's talk about Berserk. By the fire, this masterpiece by Kentaro Miura would take on an almost mythical quality. The sheer weight of its themes, the intricate, breathtaking artwork, and the relentless, often brutal journey of Guts, the Black Swordsman, would be amplified by the solemn atmosphere. The flickering light would play tricks on your eyes, making the demons and apostles depicted in the unbelievably detailed panels seem to writhe and leer from the pages. It's a dark fantasy epic, set in a medieval Europe-inspired world teeming with monstrous entities, political intrigue, and the existential struggle of a man driven by revenge and the desire for freedom. Guts, a lone mercenary wielding an impossibly large sword, the Dragon Slayer, is constantly battling against fate, against the demons that plague him, and against his own inner darkness. We'd spend hours discussing the sheer artistry of Miura, the incredible detail in his character designs, the architectural grandeur, and the terrifying monstrosity of his creatures. Every panel is a work of art, a testament to his dedication and genius. The fireside setting would allow us to truly appreciate the intricate cross-hatching, the dramatic use of light and shadow, and the raw emotion etched into every face. We delve deep into the themes: destiny versus free will, the nature of good and evil, the cyclical violence of humanity, and the enduring power of friendship and love amidst unimaginable horror. The Golden Age arc, a story within a story, would be discussed with hushed reverence, detailing the rise and tragic fall of the Band of the Hawk, the complex relationship between Guts, Griffith, and Casca, and the cataclysmic event that reshapes their lives forever. The emotional impact of Berserk is immense, hitting you with moments of heartbreaking tragedy, inspiring resilience, and stomach-churning horror. The fire would crackle, mirroring the intensity of the battles, the clashing of swords, the roars of monsters. And in the quiet moments, the embers would glow softly, reflecting the rare moments of peace and introspection that Guts experiences. Reading Berserk by the fire is an act of dedication, a deep dive into a world that is both horrifying and beautiful, a story that demands your full attention and leaves an indelible mark on your soul. It's not just a manga, it's an experience, a journey into the darkest corners of the human spirit, illuminated by the comforting, yet often insufficient, light of the flames. The discussions would be profound, the silences pregnant with the weight of the narrative, a truly unforgettable fireside storytelling session. And perhaps to lighten the mood slightly after the epic darkness of Berserk, while still maintaining a sense of adventure and grand scale, we could pivot to something like One Piece. Oh, the sheer joy, the boundless energy, the incredible scope of One Piece by the fireside. Imagine the warmth of the fire contrasting with the salty spray of the ocean, the crackle of the wood echoing the laughter and shouts of the Straw Hat Pirates. This manga is a cornerstone of shonen, a vibrant, sprawling epic following Monkey D. Luffy, a rubberman captain, and his diverse crew as they journey across the Grand Line in search of the ultimate treasure, the One Piece, and to become the king of the pirates. The artwork, while distinct from Berserk's grim realism, is equally masterful in its dynamic energy, its unique character designs, and its incredibly creative world building. The firelight would make the vibrant panels pop, illuminating the expressive faces, the fantastical creatures, and the intricate details of the various islands and civilizations they encounter. We'd be talking for hours, recounting favorite arcs, iconic battles, hilarious gags, and heart-wrenching backstories. The themes are incredibly rich: freedom, friendship, family, justice, discrimination, and the pursuit of dreams. Each crew member has a profound reason for joining Luffy, a dream of their own, and their bonds are unbreakable, forged through countless adventures and shared hardships. The discussions would be lively, debating devil fruit powers, predicting future plot twists, and celebrating the sheer ingenuity of Eiichiro Oda's storytelling. We'd relive the emotional weight of moments like the "I Want to Live" scene with Nico Robin, the farewell to Going Merry, or the sacrifice of Ace. The fire would roar during the epic clashes, like Luffy's gear transformations or Zoro's powerful sword strikes. And in the quieter moments, the glowing embers would reflect the heartfelt conversations, the shared meals, and the simple joy of camaraderie on the open sea. Reading One Piece by the fire is an explosion of imagination, a celebration of adventure, and a testament to the power of camaraderie. It's a story that continuously reinvents itself, introducing new mysteries, new allies, and new challenges, keeping you utterly engrossed for thousands of chapters. It's a perfect manga for a fireside recap, where everyone can share their favorite moments, their theories, and their unwavering love for this grand, heartfelt journey across the seas. The communal aspect of the fire really brings out the shared excitement and passion that One Piece inspires in its readers. And now, as we've journeyed through such grand and diverse landscapes, from the grim fantastical to the wildly adventurous, let's consider something perhaps a bit more personal, more introspective, but no less impactful. Something that resonates with the quiet contemplation that a dying fire often encourages. Let's talk about March Comes In Like a Lion, 3 Gatsu no Lion. This beautiful, poignant manga, and its equally stunning anime adaptation, is a masterpiece of character study and emotional depth, and a fireside reading would absolutely elevate its gentle, heartfelt narrative. Imagine the soft, warm light illuminating the delicate artwork, the nuanced expressions, and the subtle shifts in atmosphere that Chika Yumino masterfully portrays. The story follows Rei Kiriyama, a 17-year-old professional shogi player who carries immense emotional weight from a tragic past. He's a lonely, introverted individual who finds solace and a sense of belonging with the Kawamoto family, three sisters, Akari, Hinata, and Momo, who open their hearts and their home to him. It's not a story of epic battles or world-saving quests, but an internal journey of healing, self-discovery, and finding connection in the quiet moments of life. We'd be talking about the incredibly nuanced portrayal of mental health, depression, and anxiety, how Rei grapples with his past traumas and slowly, painstakingly, learns to navigate the complexities of human relationships. The shogi matches themselves are depicted with surprising intensity, serving as powerful metaphors for Rei's internal struggles and growth, each move reflecting his state of mind. The fire would cast a gentle glow, enhancing the warmth and comfort of the Kawamoto home, a stark contrast to Rei's own initially bleak existence. We discuss the beautiful, supportive dynamic of the Kawamoto sisters, how each of them contributes to Rei's healing journey in unique ways. Hinata's unwavering kindness, Akari's maternal warmth, and even little Momo's innocent affection. The food, often depicted with mouth-watering detail, serves as a recurring motif of comfort and connection. The way the manga explores themes of loneliness, bullying, found family, and the power of small acts of kindness is truly profound. Reading March Comes In Like a Lion by the Fire is a deeply moving experience, almost like sharing a quiet, intimate conversation with the characters themselves. It's a story that makes you feel, makes you empathize, and ultimately fills you with a sense of hope and the quiet joy of finding your place in the world. The gentle crackle of the fire would underscore the tender moments, the thoughtful silences, and the gradual blossoming of hope within Rei's heart. It's a perfect end to a long night of storytelling, leaving you with a comforting, lingering warmth. But hold on, the fire's still got some life in it, and so do we. We can't end just yet without a little something for the connoisseurs of the utterly bizarre, the darkly humorous, and the intellectually stimulating. Let's bring out JoJolion, the eighth part of the sprawling JoJo's bizarre adventure saga. If we're talking Fireside Manga, JoJo is practically a requirement, and JoJolion specifically, with its dense mysteries and incredible character designs, makes for fantastic head-scratching discussion. Imagine the fire casting strange, dancing shadows, perfectly complementing the surreal, almost dreamlike aesthetic of Hirohiko Araki's artwork. The intricate, fashion-forward character designs, the bizarre stand abilities, and the sprawling, convoluted mystery of Morio would come alive. The story follows Josuke Higashikata, a young man with amnesia and 4 testicles, yes, 4, who is discovered buried in the ground after an earthquake in the town of Morio. He sets out to uncover his true identity, leading him into the bizarre and dangerous world of the Higashikata family and the quest for the Rakakaka fruit. It's a manga that revels in its strangeness, its unique brand of logic, and its incredible stylistic flair. We'd be spending hours trying to piece together the clues, theorizing about stand abilities, and debating the moral ambiguities of the characters. Araki's art is a masterclass in dynamic posing and intricate detail, and the firelight would accentuate every single stylistic flourish, every powerful line. We'd discuss the central mystery, the curse of the Higashikata family, and the terrifying nature of the Lokakaka fruit. The stands in JoJolion are some of the most conceptually fascinating in the entire series, from Soft and Wet's ability to steal concepts to Wonder of U's relentless pursuit through misfortune. The discussions would be vibrant, fueled by confusion and awe, trying to decipher Araki's genius and the complex web of relationships and powers. The battles are less about brute force and more about strategic use of incredibly niche abilities, leading to some truly mind-bending encounters. Reading JoJolion by the Fire is an intellectual feast, a challenge to your perception, and an absolute riot of bizarre creativity. It's a story that demands active engagement, inviting you to dissect every panel, every dialogue, and every plot twist. The crackle of the fire would punctuate the moments of realization and the gasps of surprise, making this a truly unforgettable and wonderfully weird fireside experience. It's the kind of story that lingers, making you ponder its layers long after the last page is turned, and the embers have finally faded to soft, orange whispers. And speaking of those embers fading, it really is a special feeling, isn't it? That lingering warmth, the soft glow, the quiet contemplation as the fire slowly dies down, leaving behind a comforting warmth and the scent of wood smoke. It's in these moments that the stories we've shared truly settle in, becoming part of our own internal narrative. We've journeyed through so many worlds tonight, experienced so many emotions. From the alchemical wonders and profound sacrifices of Fullmetal Alchemist, to the gentle, time-spanning reflections of Frieren, beyond Journey's End, where we learned the quiet beauty of human connection through an immortal's eyes. Then we plunged into the exhilarating chaos of Chainsaw Man, reveling in its brutal humor and surprising heart, feeling the raw energy of Denji and power by the dancing flames. We marched through the dust and fury of ancient battlefields with Shin and Kingdom, strategizing and feeling the immense weight of historical ambition. We paused for the pure, unadulterated joy and innocent wonder of Yotsuba and, finding magic in the mundane and laughter in everyday discoveries. We then embraced the charming, unconventional romance and magical antics of Mage and Demon Queen, cheering on Mallory's persistent pursuit of Velverosa. The atmosphere shifted, becoming more ethereal and melancholic with the girl from the other side, a hauntingly beautiful gothic fairy tale that spoke of quiet bonds and lingering curses. Then we embraced the wonderfully grotesque and intellectually stimulating world of Dorohedoro, navigating its surreal mysteries and brutal charm. We dared to delve into the monumental darkness and epic struggle of guts in Berserk, feeling the weight of destiny and the strength of the human spirit against unimaginable odds. And we soared across the Grand Line with Luffy and the Straw Hats in one piece, celebrating freedom, friendship, and the boundless joy of adventure. Finally, we settled into the poignant introspection, and healing journey of Ray and March comes in like a lion, finding hope in quiet connections and the warmth of a found family. And just to cap it all off, we wrestled with the bizarre, mind-bending mysteries and unique aesthetics of Jojolion, challenging our perceptions and reveling in its sheer creativity. Each of these manga, when read by the fire, takes on a new dimension. The physical act of holding the volume, the rustle of the pages, the warmth on your lap, the shifting light, it all contributes to an experience far richer than simply reading. It's a multisensory immersion into storytelling. The fire doesn't just provide light, it's a character in itself, breathing life into the narratives, casting shadows that deepen the drama, or illuminating details that might otherwise be missed. It encourages a slower pace, a more contemplative engagement with the art and the story. It fosters discussion, inviting us to share our thoughts, our theories, our emotional responses in a way that feels natural and unforced. There's a communal aspect to fireside manga reading that mirrors the ancient tradition of oral storytelling, a gathering around the hearth to share tales that entertain, enlighten, and connect us. It's a reminder that even in our increasingly digital world, there's still immense value in these tangible, intimate experiences. The way the manga panels, with their intricate lines and expressive faces, seem to come alive in the dancing light, the way the silence between page turns is filled with anticipation or reflection, the way the shared gasps or knowing smiles bind us together in a shared narrative journey. It's not just a hobby, it's a ritual, a cherished way to unwind, to escape, and to connect. And as the last embers fade, leaving only a gentle warmth and the lingering scent of wood smoke, we're left not just with memories of stories, but with the warm glow of a shared experience, a quiet satisfaction that only a fireside manga recap can provide. It's a tradition worth keeping, a way to truly honor the power of sequential art and the magic of a good story. And with that, perhaps it's time to let the fire finally rest and carry the warmth of these tales into our dreams. What an incredible journey it's been, thanks to the magic of manga and the comforting embrace of the fireside. We've covered so much, delved so deeply into different genres and artistic styles, and each one felt perfectly suited for our cozy, intimate setting. It just goes to show you the incredible versatility and power of manga as a storytelling medium, able to evoke everything from gut-wrenching despair to pure, unadulterated joy. And the fire, always the fire, acting as our silent, flickering companion, amplifying every emotion, every revelation, every twist and turn of the plot. It makes you want to immediately grab another volume, doesn't it? To keep that feeling going, to prolong the magic just a little.